Hello, my name is Asia Gooden, and I will be presenting my final portfolio presentation for PE 557A and 557B for Azusa Pacific University. So the first slide, while we are talking about my overall experience, SWOT, hitting those key areas. So the S stands for strength, of course. So with my overall experience, with me feeling what my strengths are during my internship, I believe communication was a big one. With communication and with my roles of my goals of being a athletic director, I feel like communication is one of the biggest things that I can hold for myself and on my journey through this program. With my communication, I had to communicate effectively with both student athletes, and both staff. Also with that, along with communication comes listening. Although I can voice my opinions on things and give different ideas and give different perspective on situations, with being an athletic director, I also have to listen. I would be, with my role during my internship, I was basically involved with multiple programs, and that's what the main thing with being the athletic director is, and having to listen to the problems and concerns, or even questions from different student athletes and coaches of what they needed and for their programs to be successful. So communication, both verbally and just listening to the needs, and being able to observe how my supervisor interacted, really helped me in that area as well. So not only was it a strength, but it was also a building block for me as well. The W stands for weaknesses. One of my weaknesses dealt with decision making and judgments. I have had prior experience in a larger school setting, so a lot of the decisions that's made, or I would say, are more aggressive and are more strict when it comes to having to make decisions for your student athletes, and how the different judgments that you make with, let alone disciplining. When it came to working at Riverside County Education Academy, with it being a smaller school, the main objective for student athletes was keeping them in a positive place, which is the sports, within sports activities, and so they're not acting out. RCEA is a disciplinary school, and most students that go to the school have had disciplinary problems with regular high schools, so they come there to get a reality check. And with that being said, my supervisor really had to let me know, like, hey, this is a different environment. The kids here are different, and with how you communicate with them. And although some things, say if a student missed practice, what I would do at our RCC would, hey, you're not welcome to come back to the team if you can't take this seriously. But here at RCEA is more of an encouragement, being able to be welcoming in the sense of not pushing them away, because with different environments that they're from, they're used to teachers not giving them attention. So that's one of the biggest weaknesses for me, was I guess I was too hard on the students, and some of my decisions made were not beneficial with the mindset that the students were in. Opportunity came from networking, with me being able to go back to my alumni at Arizona State University, getting to sit down with my athletic director, Don Bakke, and just get into ask him questions about his own experiences and how he's gotten to where he's at. Just getting to ask questions about how he runs things, his responsibilities over the different programs that he has, both financially and recruitment-wise. I was also able to sit down with my former head coach at Arizona State, where I really asked questions about mainly recruiting and the different rules within the university setting. and also getting to know different other athletic directors and principals with the schools that we competed against at Riverside County Education Academy. Along with threats, I feel with my role in trying to be an athletic director in the near future, I feel like one of the biggest threats within this field is sports management. It's predominantly a male dominant field, and you don't see too many women in the field. From different stats, there's less than 40% of women in the sports industry, sports management industry. Not because we don't want to do it. It's because from different articles, it's not really presented to us, and that's just an external threat. For internal, my personal skills, just being able to develop and knowing what I'm capable of, and taking my skills and to the next level of what I can benefit towards an organization that I plan to say internal, or what I plan to interview with. Next slide deals with integration of my values in sports management. One of my biggest values for myself is integrity, being honest, because with honesty comes trust, and what comes trust comes respect. And with being at a high level as an athletic director, you have to have that trust from the people and the programs that you're head of. You're not a manager in my eyes. Being sports athletic director, you are a leader, and with that, I have a quote saying, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with very much." So that takes a big role in my life. If I can be trusted with the smallest thing, then I can lead a group of an abundance of individuals. So with my values, integrity, trust, and respect are the biggest ones. Next is my integration with my faith. I feel like my faith is my foundation. With me being successful, God is my rock and sets my feet to be successful. One quote stating, John chapter 6, verse 35, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." God plays a big role in my life when taking this journey with trying to be in athletic administration, and my faith helps me overcome obstacles, because throughout my life there has been hurdles, but I have been able to overcome them because I know there's something greater in the future for me. And you have to have trials and tribulations in order to see the bigger picture, and to be successful in your own will. Integration with belief. My beliefs also is a big thing in sports management for me. Creating a vision for others. In order for me to believe, I must see in the future and see bigger things. And one thing, have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. Although I'm not where I want to be with my long-term goals yet, because I haven't reached it, I can see myself in that position, just believing in myself and my skills, my characteristics, and what God has provided for me. I'm a huge believer in my abilities and the plan that Jesus Christ has for me. And another bullet point of belief is developing trust from others to believe what is to come. If individuals can believe in me, like I said, I can lead an array of people with being an athletic director. My strengths in sports management, there was an assessment taken with the Strengths Finder, and there were 5 key themes for me that were brought up. One being a realtor. Some of those characteristics includes enjoy close relationships, which I do. I do enjoy close relationships with individuals that have the same goals as me, and who I can help in the future, because I've been in the same situation. Gravitating towards others with the same goals as I. I'm determined to share my knowledge. I was once a coach. I have been a mentor, and I have trained different people who's trying to rise in the management positions with my job that I have now. So I'm real hands-on with helping and developing and growing other people, and that's what I find enjoyable. And just taking in people looking for guidance. Another one is belief. My belief, I have purpose in life. You have to believe in yourself in order to reach the next level. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? Family is my core value. I believe in family. I'm very family oriented. I believe family is the foundation to you being who you are and sets your characteristics. And my core values are unchanging. I can go through certain situations, but my integrity, my trust, my respect will never be distorted, because those are the values that hold court to me, and my morals are everything, and it's what leads my life. Another one is futuristic. I am inspired by the future. I look ahead and I set goals to reach that long-term goal that I want to be 3, 4, 5 years from now. I do feel like I'm an inspiration from others. I have been told by my own friends that, hey, you're doing everything that I wish I can do, and with that, it's not really just about wishing, but it's about doing, because anybody can do anything if they put their mind to it. You must be hungry for your goals and your success and the things that you want to accomplish. It has to be instilled in you, and it has to be something that you thrive off of. Another one of futuristic is works extremely hard once objective is found, which I really do. Once I have my tunnel vision and I know what I want to achieve, I go for it. I'm a go-getter, and enjoys turning dreams into reality, which is a big one for me as well. I can dream all day, but if I don't bring it into a realistic standpoint in my life, then it doesn't really mean much. Another one is responsibility. Own what they say and do. I believe in walking the walk and talking the talk. You can't say something and not act on it. Another one is I'm committed to honesty and loyalty. I am a very loyal individual. For my 4 years at ASU, I stuck through it, although there was years that I felt like I wanted to give up, but I believed in what my coaches wanted from me, and that just really shows my loyalty towards everything I do, and I'm not a quitter, even though there might be some bad times. I value integrity, as I said before. Honesty and trust is the biggest thing for me, and I'm uncomfortable with breaking the rules or lying, which I believe honesty, like I said, is everything. If no one can trust you, and there's no way that I feel that you'll make it far in life. And another one's achiever. I'm definitely a hard worker. I seek being busy. I like productivity. I like accomplishing things, especially in a timely manner. I'm driven by accomplishing my goals. Once I accomplish my goals, I'm looking for the next thing to do, what I can get my hands on. And diligence, persistence, and concentrating are top distinguishing traits for me, which I feel is very is what really describes me as an individual. And just explaining over my portfolio that I did, my coach's handbook basically shows not only the project of what I created for the school, but everything that I've done with the school. One of them being administrative duties that includes coaching requirements, handling parent complaints, and creating team rules. There were, in regards to the coaching requirements, at the end of the internship, I had the opportunity to observe the hiring process, and with that, I learned about different applications that are needed, different skills, like online skill tests that coaches and volunteers need to take in order to begin their jobs at RCEA. Another one is handling parent complaints, how to communicate with the parents, making sure that the parents, coaches, along with the athletic directors are on the same page when it comes to how things are handled on and off the field, and making sure that the parents are aware of that as well. For tryouts, that includes required documents that are needed and eligibility requirements. I was in charge of also making sure that all all student athletes that wanted to participate in athletics had the necessary documents in order to begin training, like residence forms, physicals, and etc. Game and practice policies, just going over different procedures, supervision, transportation, emergency procedures, and phone numbers. And the good thing about RCEA was really different is that they didn't have, in regards to transportation, they didn't have regular school buses. So we provided our own vans. With that, we had to provide our own maintenance. Different contracts had to be done in order for students to travel on the vans. We had to be on the same page with the parents when it came to traveling, going to games, and if they want to get picked up by the parents, then certain waivers had to be signed just to release responsibility over the student athlete. And different emergency procedures, making sure that we have emergency contacts with parents or guardians, making sure that we have all the necessary information. If they have, say, asthma, make sure we have the necessary medications on file in order in case something were to happen. Another one is equipment and uniform policies. I was also in charge of organizing equipment rooms, making sure that we have the proper equipment for the upcoming season, especially football, since we have this summer break and then coming into the fall season, and also fundraising procedures and policies. I got to learn about budgeting as well. It's a lot different. Budgeting, when it comes to budgeting and purchasing, it's a lot different from the large school environment. We at RCEA, we have a set amount of funds that we distribute amongst the programs. Unlike large schools, they might have their different accounts that they dip into. No one is really sharing besides basketball. But when it comes to that, there's different accounts set up, and you can do different fundraising events and stuff like that. And it's approved easier for larger schools compared to the small schools. So that was another good thing, learning about small school environments, and also awards, doing banquets, lettermans for student athletes that did far and beyond within their program, and just being at that elite level, so things like that. But my portfolio really just explains what I've learned about myself, the new things that I'm going to take with me, with just being in a totally different environment than I'm used to being in when it comes to coaching or athletic administration, and just taking this experience with me for my future practices to come in the world of sports management.